My friends, my friends, my friends. Wow, we are in for a treat today. Get a load of this guy, man. This is Optimus Prime from the last night, and this is from Yolopark, and it's part of their AMK Series Pro series. And look at all the details on this guy. Wow, wow, absolutely exquisite. And this is a highly detailed, non-transforming rendition of the character, much like their other AMK Series Pro toys. And it does provide a model building experience, and it calls itself a model kit. I know some people will disagree to that, but hey, that's what Yolopark's going to call it, and so hey, that's what I'm going to call it as well. Incredible details, incredibly posable, and just a really, really fun experience in kind of putting this together. It has a really awesome, I'm like, really, it has a really awesome skeletal system inside, and as part of the video today, we're going to go through the building process, a bit of a fast forward version of it, but nonetheless, you'll get to see and appreciate all that he has within. There's a lot of great gimmicks with the accessories, the sword and the shield, and we'll check all of that out today. And so I hope you enjoy the video. Please stick around for the ride. All right, we're going to start with the skeleton. As you can see, I've put together the leg and the arm, and it has a very kind of like T-1000 look about it. It almost looks like it's the protoform versions of them, you know what I mean? And that's such a cool vibe and look. And you can see that this is plastic with paint on top with some weathering as well. And look at that rich detail in the foot. Absolutely beautiful. Paint is applied just gorgeously. Yeah, I really, really like everything about this so far. And in terms of the box, in terms of the parts, the way everything is laid out, it is done in an intuitive manner in that everything that's supposed to connect is lined up and aligned with its corresponding parts. So even someone like me who has a ton of difficulty model building, you can just put this together and it comes together very easily. Some of the parts are very tight, and so you just got to apply a little bit of elbow grease when you insert it, and just make sure that you are inserting it the right way. For instance, you can see that the knee bend has to be backward. You just kind of rotate that in there, and that's nice and tight. Look at that, man. Absolutely beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And that's pretty much the leg. And there's going to be a ton of stuff layered on top of it, and that's going to be a wild phase when we get to it. But yeah, those are the legs right now. And then the arms are pretty much the same thing. These are going to be the shoulder sockets, and there's going to be some armor and armature, whatever, placed on top of here. So this is facing forward. So again, you just want to make sure that the elbow is oriented in the right way. And then you're just going to get this in here. I think this is 5mm, but the connection is so tight, I don't think I'm going to be messing with it. Obviously, you know me, if there are 5mm pegs and posts, I will be trying to customize them, but maybe not this one because that fit is super duper tight, and I don't think I will be removing that anytime soon. Again, looks really, really nice. And where's the fist? The hand. And so he has multiple hands in replacements, and there's also a palm covering that we will attach later. But yeah, look at that, dude. Fingers are all like nicely independently articulated. Oh, maybe they're not independently articulated. It's 2 and 2. I was wrong. But it feels good. It feels really, really good. And because there's going to be so many different layers placed on top of it, it is not overly heavy. It has good weight to it, but it doesn't feel cheap and light. And yeah, those are the arms, and these are the legs. And now let's put the torso together. Now, mind you, I am assembling this for the first time, and so I apologize if there are any like hiccups and bumps along the road, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of do it together. Man, dude, just look at the details on this. This is really a piece of art. I mean, it really, really is. Kudos to the people who have made the sculpt and also the paint design, and you can even see that little Autobot logo there. It's just beautifully done. And it looks like this piece over here, we have the top torso in this abdomen section. And you can see on the inside, there is a hole with a little groove cut out. And then you can see there is a post with a little tab there. So my guess is that we're going to insert this here. And it's a pretty tight fit. And so I can see that there's some lubrication already applied in there. And I think what we're going to do, what we're supposed to do at least, is wiggle, wiggle, wiggle until that tab goes into that space. And so let's just gently coerce, spin, and there you go. Yeah, it went in like fully. And so now that feels good. That feels good. And so that looks nice as well, man. Wow, just that ornate deco. And then from there, it does look like these bits connect to the side, and you can see the corresponding posts on the top and the two on the bottom. And so I hope this wasn't one of those things where I had to install that first. No, it doesn't look like it. Or maybe it was. I don't know, but it went in fine. That looks great. Filling up the ribs. This post, or this part over here. We'll just kind of line that up and press it in. And man, their manufacturing, dude, everything is just so buttery smooth and fits so perfectly with just the right amount of tension. They must have a really, really high quality manufacturing site that can do stuff like this. And so, yeah, good on them. Good on them. And so from here, it looks like we are going to, there is this back piece. And perhaps I forgot to install this. Oh, so I can kind of bend this down, which will then, oh, nice, nice, nice. Man, look at that spine. Wow. Wow-wee. Wow-wee. What a great experience. What a fun experience just kind of putting this together, you know? And this, I know, will just go in there, but it is a tight fit. And at the same time, I'm trying to make sure that I don't put any pressure on any areas that appear to be thin. But, oh, there we go. Just the tip was a little bit rough, but once we got past it, it just slid right in there. And I know. What am I supposed to say, though? What am I supposed to say, right? And then from here, we can attach all the appendages. And there you go. That's the hip. That's the hip connector. So again, I don't know if the tip is just, again, a little bit more rounded or something, but there we go. And it's not fully in there. Oh, okay. I think I got it. I think I got it for that side. That's cool, man. Looks like he has these like Nikes or something. Like he's a track runner. And then for this side as well, we'll just coerce that and just give it a couple of twists as we push that up. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now it's all the way recessed. And so he should be standing straight. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. Wow, this is nuts the way this looks. And then we'll get the arms and big old hex posts or ports for those arms, and those went in nicely. No ratchets or anything, but they are just on frictions. But, you know, based on what I've experienced so far with Yolopark products, I'm sure it's designed to maintain the weight of those arms and any accessories that they're going to hold. And so I have high confidence in this particular build. And finally, a la Voltron, I'll form the head, and then we'll put this on. It's a good looking noggin, dude. Like he's ready. He's ready. Seriously has some protoform vibes. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. And there was this one line of toys in Japan where, I don't know if you recall, but there was like a skeletal system of the Transformers. They had an Optimus and a Bumblebee, and then you can like layer on the different parts to make the robot. And I don't recall if they transformed or not, but this kind of reminds me of that. And if I remember what those are called, I'll put it in editing so you can look at the image that the toy that I'm referencing as an image. But yeah, let's move on. And that's going to be the layering phase, and it's going to be very, very, very detailed. And yeah, let's get to it, Druid. Now this next section actually goes into some of the head swap gimmicks and the light up and stuff like that, but I don't have a battery, and so we'll just kind of skip that for now. But as you can see, there are other elements of the torso that have been fleshed out, and so we'll work on that. Back here, you can see that the pipes have been installed, and those are very, very nice. Beautifully like designed and cut, and you can see that it'll just fit right in and align perfectly right there with that 90-degree angle. And then from there, we'll get this piece, and we will adorn that up top and on the bottom. And the two posts, you can push that in, and it's very, very satisfying. And so we're done with that. And these ribs are also filled out. I mean, dude, get a load of all the components here and the parts, right? It's just so much fun to kind of put together. And it's, again, very, very intuitively laid out on in the box. And so you have no difficulties figuring out what goes where, except for my fat fingers right now. Okay, cool. Nice. Snapola, right? And then from here, these are actually two parts. And so what you're going to do is you're going to start with this red bit, and then you are going to tab it into those vents that you see right there with the silver part on the outside. And just kind of press that in. And then afterward, there is this piece, this layering piece, which can only go in one way actually, because the post has a little tab at the top, and that will guide you. Again, just really intelligently done, and navigating you and guiding you on your journey as you assemble this. Deep, deep, deep appreciation into the forethought. Is that a real word? Just the kind of like thinking that went into this to help the model building experience. And I know some people argue that this is not a model, but they call it a model, and so I'm going to call it a model, and so that's that. This is a piece of metal. That's pretty cool. I like the heft on the shoulders, and there are other pieces of metal as part of the armor as well, but they are interspersed to provide a good balance and distribution of weight. But yeah, you can see our skinny lad coming together over here. Good, good. Really, just really, really nice. And so let's keep going, my friends. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this section back here. This was already pre-installed. This will come out to allow you to install the sword and the scabbard, the sheath, or whatever, the holder over here, but that's later on. All right, I've gone ahead and installed the armor pieces for this arm, and boy, look at that, dude. This skeletal T1000 arm turns into this, and that is absolutely magnificent. And so to start off, we're actually going to combine two pieces. And so we have the base pauldron, and then on top of that, we are going to layer it with this external piece, which will rotate on a little swivel, because it's just a simple, peg and post. And then from here, this bit, we are going to attach into that C-clip. And let's see if I can get it in there. Just with a little bit of coaxing. Come on, C-clip. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. And that's so cool, dude. You get so much articulation over here, and also swivel on this thing if so needed for posing. And that's the first part. And there is, to some degree, an order of operation. And then we have this next bit. Actually, I take that back. I think it's this. Yeah, it's this bit. And this is made of metal. And you are just going to tab it in. Like so. On the bicep. Easy enough, right? And then we have the tricep piece over here. And I think that's the tricep, right? If I got my anatomy right. Then we're going to plug that in. Nice and secure, my dear. And then over here, this next part, I would say this is probably the most difficult piece to get on here. And what it is it is on a hinge, and it's going to fit into those two small hex ports that adorn the shoulder, or excuse me, the elbow. The easiest way I found to do it is basically just bend this, and then kind of, once again, coax your way into success. Oh, okay. Well, that worked great. And this is really cool because it will move up and down as the elbow has a double bend over here. So that's really, really neat, right? And then on the inside, we have this large base piece, and that will tab in. You can see the slots underneath the forearm. And what's going to happen is this post should align in that empty space. Sorry, it's just a little difficult to do on camera right now. Or am I doing it wrong? Oh. Okay, there we go. Took way too long. I mean, it's just hard to do when I can't see it direct on. And so after that's there, you're going to layer two pieces. Yeah, it's two independent, separate pieces. You can see the top section over here and the bottom section over there. And that is going to just layer on like so. Is that right? I think that's right. I just need to line everything up. There we go. And you hear it snapola in place. Same thing over here on the bottom part. You just snap all of that in place. And if you're wondering why this is not just one piece and it's two pieces, because they didn't want to mess up the mold, the sculpt, for when you have the shield and the sword. And so there are separate pieces that you pop out and swap in when you're using the accessories. And we can go through that later. And same thing for this as well, the top of the palm, the top of the hand piece, that will also pop off and be used for the other exchangeable hands. But look at that, dude. It's a beautiful looking bot, man. It's coming together so well. So nice, man. I love the deep, rich hues that it has on it. And like, I don't know a lot about painting, but I wish I understood how this is achieved. Is there some type of like darker black material that goes over here and then they paint on top of it? I don't know, but then the depth that you can see on the paint and on the parts is just really something to behold. All right, team, I have put together the leg. And I'm going to use an adjective that I rarely use to describe a transformer, and that is hot. This thing is hot, dude. It's so wild. Well, first of all, look at this, right? Again, we got that spindly leg. Almost looks like a perfect grade Gundam on the inside. But man, look at the way this thing transforms into this foot. That is just absolute hotness. What's her name? Paris Hilton? That's hot, right? I'm at a loss for words. It's so cool, man. And the legs, they certainly follow an order of operations, and I've kind of laid out the parts over here to make it easier for me. But yeah, you do have to follow them in a sequence, and it starts with the back. So that might be the glutes or not hamstrings, quads, hamstring. I don't know, man. Maybe the hamstrings, but yeah, you start with that. And then next, we got this metal bit. I should have been outlining which pieces are metal and which aren't, but this one is definitely a metal bit. And again, I just love that weight distribution throughout. And this one, I do recall the other side. You just had to push it in a little bit. It does have to clear this back section right there. And yeah, the other one had a little bit of difficulty doing it, but it's just because the pieces are just so perfectly precise. You have to get it just right. And please, let me get it on camera. All right, I think I got it. Yeah, I think I did. So, okay, so that's the metal bit that's in there. The next piece is going to be this part on the front, and maybe those are the quads. I don't know, man. I used to know all the muscle groups and things like that, but I forgot. And that goes on nicely. And the next piece is this side bit. But yeah, dude, what a hot toy, dude. This is like, it's so cool, man. I'm like losing my composure. Like, I'm trying to deliver this kind of very like objective, well, not objective, but subjective, like my take on this, and just trying to like articulate my thoughts, but like, it's so smexy. It's so good. It probably doesn't help that I'm putting him in this like this flexi pose over here. But yeah, there goes that. And then now we have this bit. This is also metal, and it is crafted in a way that it will only fit in one direction, and we're going to get that to go there. Then after that, we have this piece. Where does this go? I think it's somewhere on the inside of the leg. Yeah, there we go. And that just fits in. Everything is like form fitted like perfectly. And then this goes on the outside, I believe. Yeah, that goes in there. The next we have this bit, and then you can see that it's creating the casing for this. It's adorning both sides. And oh, that's nice. That's so nice. Then we have this back piece over here. Like, I know I'm not even done with this, but yo, get yourself a copy. For real, though. I can't recommend this enough, man. I mean, really, Hasbro willing to dish out so many its licenses so freely is really allowing these third-party developers and manufacturers to kind of come into their own and put their own spin on what they believe is a great Transformers toy. And Transformers don't need to transform as per the moniker. I mean, I get it. There are people out there, purists, are like, hey, if it doesn't transform, it's not a Transformer. Functionally, you would be correct. But the brand Transformers, there are a ton of things that don't transform. And so Yeah, I don't know. If you're going to hate, you're going to hate, right? But yeah, we're almost done. And then on the front, we're just going to layer these last bits. That goes on the knee. Everything fits in very snug, like a bug in a rug. And this last bit, this is metal, the shin. And we're going to place that in there. Oh, that feels good, man. So nice, dude. Look at that. Look. How he was looking before, right? All spindly, like malnourished POW from like a war camp or something. But like, yeah, I'm not trying to make a joke about that, but you know what I mean? Like super malnourished. And, but yeah, and you can see that he has a double hinge over here on the hips so that it will allow the legs to go a little bit further out. And they also recess nicely so that, you know, if you don't want to see them, you don't want to see them. And yeah, man, it's beautifully ornately decorated and layered with all of these unique different pieces on there. Just absolutely beautiful. Just wow. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? It's just superb. It's just so sublime. There's swivel up here at the top, and you saw that there was a rich double knee bend over here. There's a toe tilt, and of course this is on a ball. It's not a ball joint actually. It is a hinge and a yeah, it's a double hinge system, but it's done beautifully, and I just love all the different paint accents, especially the gold. And it's nice, man. It's nice. There are still a bunch of other pieces, and I think primarily they're for the accessories and stuff like that. But let me prepare those, and we can kind of finalize the review. But he's looking gorgeous, isn't he? He's just absolutely peak. Absolutely peak. The neck, by the way, and the head are on two separate pieces. This part here down at the bottom by the collar joint, that's one part, and then the head is on another independent piece. So again, gets a lot of posability in there, just a lot of presence, a lot of personality, and again, this is a beautiful toy. All right, to close the video, we'll take a look at his accessories, and you can see that he's equipped with his sword right now. This is a separate hand, and what's interesting is I just found this out right now is that these are on metal. These are metal, right? These are the original hands that are on him. I think they're metal, but these are made of gummy type plastic, and so the fingers actually open up, and that allows you to remove the sword. That's just the top part of the hand that came off. And this is just a tiny bit loose just because I've been messing with them. So I think the parts are a little bit warm, and that's why they're popping off right now. But normally it's fine. And this is the hand that shows you like, hey, I know Kung Fu type deal. And if you want a little bit more posability, you can remove that, and then you can have it arch back a little bit more. And so that's pretty neat. The sword not only sits within the hand, it can sit back over here. So I have removed that piece. And then once you have that removed, you can insert this piece that where'd it go? Oh, okay, here it goes. You just pop this in here. And once you remove the sword, you can have that in there as well. And let me actually remove the sword off camera just because it's a little tight, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I have that bit in there now, and then you can push the sword through, and then you can just have that at an angle, and that's pretty cool. And his arm is flexy and bendable enough where you can actually bring it back, and if you put in the appropriate fist, you can have it, or even this one, you can have it holding the sword like he's about to unsheath it and stuff, and so that's really awesome. You can also equip the shield over here, and the shield, let me actually show you this part first because I have this other piece on. This will allow you to equip the shield right over here. And that's pretty nice. That's really cool. Great design and everything. And yeah, so that is a forearm piece that you pop off and you swap it in so that you can plug this in. And on this top piece over here, you can actually add this. And once that's kind of nestled in there, you can equip the sword. Like so. Cool, right? And so, and also if you wanted to, you can take this entire piece off. And this is the part that basically is swappable. And then there is a connecting adapter that will allow you to plug, I'll set them down. That will allow you to plug the shield into the back. But give me a second. I don't know where it is. One sec. Okay, I got it. And so what you do is you just plop that in there. And then from here, you just plop the shield in there. And that's a really cool look too. Just really, really awesome in terms of like how much presence and all the different looks and the variations that you can get. I mean, like, man, he just has like so much attitude about him. Presence, attitude, and it just feels alive. Oh, okay. That's the part that that you swap out. And again, this is much tighter, but because again I've been messing with it, these parts are really warm from my just body heat right now, and that's why they're a little bit looser than they actually are. But he's a beast, man. He is such a beast. I can't recommend this toy enough. This is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is a bit of a model kit, you know, and some may argue that it's not, but like I said, that is what the manufacturers call it. They call it a model kit. I tend to agree with them. It's not your plastic injection type model kit, but it's certainly something that you put together and build. Great presence for your office, bedroom, shelf, or wherever you display your toys. And especially if you're into Optimus, and especially like this one, I think you'll be extremely pleased. Yeah, can't recommend this enough. 10 of 10 from Yolopark.